Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The Quran tells us the Messenger of God sallallahu alayhi wasallam came rahmatan lil alameen. He came as the mercy for all of the worlds. And from that we find the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam came as a mercy for women too. People talk about making our environment more Islamic. We have countries who talk about making their country like Medina Wali Riyasat, making it a Muslim, a Medinan civilization. But my friends, that environment which destroys the rights of women can never be an Islamic environment, can never be an Islamic society. Let me take you back to pre-Islam Arabia. Women at the time before Islam came were nothing more than property. Open up the books of history, you find women, when their husbands passed away, were inherited by their children. The sons would inherit the mothers. This was the maqam and status that pre-Islam Arabia had given to women. And then Islam comes, my friends. And Islam elevated the status of a woman in every respect. Pre-Islam Arabia, rather I would say there are countries today like Nepal and other countries today, a woman, a certain time of the month in Nepal, she is told to leave the home and live in a hut, which is very dangerous to their lives. In many countries today, a girl is born, they kill her. And this occurred also before Islam came. Whereas in Abu Dawud, the Messenger of God sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever has a girl, he does not bury her alive, he treats her well. And further, the Messenger alayhi salam said, he does not give preference to his sons. Adkhalahu Allahu al-Jannah. Allah will enter him into paradise. And my friends, this promise has not been made for having a son. In every respect, my friends, Allah Jalla wa Ala on the tongue of His Habib sallallahu alayhi wasallam honored women. In terms of education, women have the exact same right as men. We find the life of Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, and the Sahaba were those people who benefited from the company of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They themselves would say that whenever a mas'ala would come to us in regards to which we were perplexed, we did not know the answer to, we would go to Aisha, the wife of the Messenger alayhi salam, and the answer would be found with her. Not forgetting there was parda as well. Yes, we encourage our women to pursue education, but we have to remain within the boundaries of Shariah. Women prior to Islam were not allowed education, pre-Islam Arabia, nor allowed property. Even in the UK as well. Only a couple of hundred years earlier were women allowed to own property. The Messenger of God sallallahu alaihi wasallam married a woman by the name of Khadija. May Allah be pleased with her. She was a business woman and a very successful one at that. And every need of a woman in an Islamic setting, my friends, is catered for. The wife, it is upon the husband to look after her. The mother, the sons have to look after her. The daughters or the sisters, the father and the brothers have to look after her financially. And Islam gave status to every single one of them. You bring a mother, the Messenger of God sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in a hadith recorded by Imam Bukhari in his Sahih. A Sahabi comes to the Messenger alayhi salam, Ya Rasulullah, who is more worthy of my companionship? Who is more worthy of my goodness? Your mother. Then whom? Your mother. Then whom? Your mother. And at the fourth place, my friends, comes the father. The father did not even get the bronze, my friends. In every respect, my friends, Allah honored a woman. We look at having a sister or a daughter. The hadith mentioned in Tirmidhi, the Messenger of God sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever has 3 daughters or 3 sisters or even 2 sisters and he treats them well, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will enter him into paradise. The wife, the Messenger of God sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the best of you are those who are best to their wives, those who are best to their families, and I am the best from amongst you to my family. In every respect, my friends, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the tongue of His Nabi alayhi salam elevated the status of women. But I want to come to one point. We affirm those rights of women what Islam has affirmed for women. We affirm those rights for men what Islam has affirmed for men. Why do I say this? There are people today who have come out and said that parents should ask permission from their babies before changing the nappy. My friends, the morals and rights Islam has given is universal. It transcends time. Islam came for Qiyamah. The rights Islam establishes for me and you will remain till Qiyamah. However, unfortunately today, with the rise of many isms like feminism, and let me say, Islam is not compatible with feminism. Because feminism affirms certain rights for women which Islam has not affirmed. So we say we affirm those rights for women, men and children what Islam has affirmed. And really, within the affirming of rights Islam has affirmed, there is barakat and khair and righteousness. Otherwise today, people are calling towards such rights, our minds become amazed. Who knows what will happen in 50, 60, 70 years time? So we affirm those rights which the Messenger affirmed. And from those, my friends, is the rights of women to marry. Every week, my friends, I'm getting cases from Bradford and different places where the girl is being pressured into marrying someone she was promised to at the time of birth. Allahu Akbar. And this happens in certain traditions, where a child is born and they are given away a birth, that when they reach the age of marriage, they shall marry so and so. Let me make it clear, without the permission of this girl at the time of marriage, there is no such marriage. Marriage is haram. Ask your daughters, ask your sisters whom they want to marry. Secondly, my friends, divorce is not the best thing. The Messenger of God sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in the hadith of Abu Dawud, the worst, the most disliked halal to Allah is talaq. And Imam Khattabi rahimahullah ta'ala mentions, it refers to that talaq which occurs without reason. But let's say a man and husband divorce. Why is it easier in our society for a man to remarry? And why is it difficult and looked down upon when a woman wants to remarry? In the sight of Allah, my friends, both of them have the same right to remarry. And we have to take this stigma out of our hearts and this hatred out of our hearts. If a man and woman do not get along, it's natural. We use this to bring others down. Oh, look, so and so, he's been divorced. How can we use that as a means to bring anyone down? Rather, it is a sign of the corruption of our own hearts. Because, my friends, if divorce was a sign of bringing someone down, the Sahaba would never have divorced. And we find cases within the Sahaba that they divorced. And I come to the end of my talk. Ibn Hajar rahmatullahi alayhi mentions, to establish the haqq of a woman, he says, when the Messenger of God sallallahu alayhi wasallam received revelation and Jibreel alayhi salam appeared to him, he was very in a state of worry. He was shaking. And who consoled the Messenger alayhi salam? it was his wife Khadija. And Ibn Hajar says, look at the state of a woman. With the previous prophets, alayhimussalam, Allah consoled the prophets himself. But when it came to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, to show the status of a woman, Allah used his wife to console him. And my friends, me and you wish we die in sajda, we die reading the Quran. Let me ask you, in what state did the Messenger of Islam pass away? He passed away with his blessed head in the lap of his blessed wife, Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us a true understanding of our deen. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillah.